Hello everyone, my name is Tocho and welcome back to another episode of Dragon Age Origins. Last time we returned from the Deep Roads and helped place Lord Harrowmont up on the throne, and now we're going to do some quick cleanup things real quick, turn in some side quests before we head off to go fight Plymouth today.
I started to worry. I didn't know if you were ever coming back. Did you find any records? Any sign of the old Orton Tig? You found them? Let me see. That's my great-grandmother's name. And her husband! Oh, great ancestors, it's them! It's me! I am an Orton. Oh, thank you. I have to take these to the assembly right away. Find me there. Once these are acknowledged, I'll give you any reward.
Impressive work, Warden. King Harrowmont's impending coronation has been entered into the memories. Is there something more I can help you with? What's this? A list of names. Most of these clans no longer even exist. Is this authentic?
You bet your hairy arse it is. Taken from a tablet in Caridin's fortress, no less.
Then is it true? The rumors of Caridin's so-called volunteers? Extraordinary! I would love to make a copy of this. The Shaperate has never had much information on Caridin and his golems, much less proof of this magnitude. Warden, I hope this artifact from our archives will suffice as a reward. I must inform the Shaperate at once.
Okay, so the Shaperate is a faction. Or is it Shaper and then Shaper, and Shaper is a separate, individual person? It's like a hierarchy? I don't know. Anyways, we determined that it's their responsibility to record history down there. What did they give me, by the way? Yeah. Doesn't even look all that good. Anyways. Also a clarification I need to make, because I started confusing myself a little bit in terms of events that were happening. The Broodmother was obviously one of the dwarves that what was her name?
I could shatter from this height, surely.
Lovely. Bronca. One of her people turned into that Darkspawn Broodmother, and I was based on some of the dialogue, for some reason I thought that Bronca had also turned, but no, the travesty there was that she let it happen knowingly and kind of egged it along. So, Balin fanatics, are they going to attack me? Yep. Okay, so there's that. There was also something I had to do in the Proving Grounds. I had to go turn something in over there. Well, let's look at the quest log real quick. Okay, so we gotta go to the assembly real quick.
My name's Orta. After the old Orton house, they gave our seat back. And the records show which houses still owe House Orton money. One day, I will be able to properly thank you for all you've done for me. And I don't know what treasure is left, but whatever I get, you can have as much as you want. I'll have to find someone willing to look. Maybe a whole expedition. If the Tig is still there, it must have something. House Orton will not forget this kindness. Didn't that sound official?
Okay, that's one quest down. We need to stop by the proving grounds, and also we have to go talk to Frida, but I don't know where Frida is. I don't remember ever meeting Frida. I don't think I do, at least. Okay, I do remember talking to you.
You've returned. With all the excitement over the new king, I never expected you to remember my poor son. Did you learn anything about my ruck? What is it? Is he dead? Oh, please don't torment me. Crazy. Oh, ancestors, save him. I've heard of this. Lost soldiers turning on each other, eating darkspawn flesh. Is that what happened to my boy? Why didn't you bring him home? Such a good boy. Still thinking of me after all he's been through. I have to go to him. He needs me.
Oh, don't do that.
Oh, he must be so
Oh, don't do,
frightened out there,
don't
so
do that.
lonely. I thank you for what you've done. Even if you couldn't be bothered with more, take this. It's my husband's masterwork, the first shield he smithed. I was saving it for Ruck, but I want you to have it. As my thanks.
Lady, you gonna die?
I'm going to find Ruck now. I know I can save him.
You're gonna die. Anyways, so with that, I think the only other thing we have left to do, well, we have to go talk to the Mages Guild about, Dagna over there.
You know what would do you some good?
A pair of nose plugs?
Go out, find a girl. It doesn't matter who, as long as there's no pants involved.
What makes you think I haven't?
I can smell purity a mile away. It's a talent.
That proves to be useful, I'm sure.
Not that often, it turns out. It'd be much better if I could smell cheese.
You have my deepest condolences.
Yep, so do you.
Okay, and now we got these guys to deal with. Okay, I forgot why we were coming down here, but it's to, a thief stole something from the Shaper, and that's the guy he sold it to, so we're taking it back to the Shaper now.
Very well.
Then once we're done with that, we can stop off at a shop to unload some of our inventory, and then we can make our way over to Plymouth and give that a try.
I find it very odd. It meaning me. Am I in it now too? I feel honored.
For one who professes to be a warrior, I find it remarkably weak-willed and indecisive.
Thank you?
It also likes to hide its many weaknesses behind a veil of jocularity.
For a statue, you know a lot of big words.
Is there a reason it enjoys following others so much? Especially when it is in a position to lead?
Have you ever been responsible for someone else's life? Or a lot of other lives? Or an entire nation?
Of course not.
Then shut up.
I will remember this moment when the birds come.
Shale's little dialogue that reminded me. I am running a separate like playthrough on my own time. Running an Arcane Warrior / Blood Mage build, just for fun. And I noticed, because I haven't been, you know, holding tab to seeing what's available to loot, I missed a lot of, like, lore notes and things, so that's gonna be my, like, cleanup playthrough to, like, get the things that I missed. What is that? Chambers Assimilating Distributor. One of the things I missed was a couple of notes in the town we found Shale in. It talks about how, like, the Harvest Festival and, like, different, like, holidays in that village, they'd like decorate the town, and Shale was a centerpiece of the town. So they'd like put like straw hats and banners and stuff on it. They like dress her up for the holidays. I guess not completely aware that she's a sentient. And one of the other things we found is probably, I mean, we can probably talk to Shale about also, but we it's inferred that from all that, Shale hates birds because the old ladies would spread birdseed around and just watch the birds, and they'd like perch up on Shale and crap all over her. And that's why she hates birds.
You found it. Warden, you have my gratitude. You're a bright spot in an otherwise dark time.
Okay, well that's done. Let's see if we can make our way back to camp. We can sell off some stuff and then go kill Flemeth. Yay! We can't bring Morrigan with us. She doesn't want to go... She doesn't want to be there whenever we kill her, just in case Flemeth somehow manages to possess her immediately. So we picked up Shale so that she can't, because Shale can't be, apparently can't be like picked up and tossed around by Flemeth in her dragon form. We're not bringing Ogrim because he's too squishy. I might bring Wynn as a second healer.
I am told that it lost a large number of comrades in the battle with the Darkspawn.
Me? For a poor old man. Yes, I did, yes. I didn't know all of them that well, however. Mostly just Duncan.
I'm unfamiliar with this name.
It's not important. You don't need to know who he was.
I cannot remember if I ever had anyone important to me. All I remember is being given orders.
I would gladly be following Duncan's orders right now, if I could.
It enjoys following others. I find that odd.
You wouldn't understand. Don't worry, I don't expect you to.
Give me a moment. Of course everything's all right. Just give me one sodding moment. By the stone. I feel like I'm about to fall off the world with all that sky up there. Strange? Strange is your wife turning out to prefer the ladies, not living in a world without a bleeding ceiling. Well, let's get moving. We're losing, daylight.
Oh, that's right, he's probably never been outside of the mountains before. Anyways, gravity's a thing.
I fell. For a moment there, I thought it was all over. Everything. I will explain everything when we are back at camp. Now is not the time.
Okay. Definitely gonna have a talk with Wynn in a second.
I think I owe you an explanation for what happened earlier. You should know that something happened to me at the tower before you came along. Remember my apprentice, Petra? She encountered a demon in the tower. It would have killed her had I not intervened. I saved her life that day, but I did not survive that encounter with the demon. Let me explain fully. I engaged a very powerful demon to rescue Petra. It sapped me of all my energy and will and left me drained. It took everything I had to defeat it. And when I was done, I no longer had the strength to keep my heart beating. I remember my life ebbing away. Everything receded from me. Sound, light. I remember being enveloped in complete, impenetrable darkness. And then I sensed a presence enfolding me and cradling me, whispering quietly to me. The sensation is impossible to describe. I was being held back, firmly but gently, as a mother would a child, eager to slip from her grasp. I felt life and warmth flowing through my veins again. I began to be aware of small sounds and the discomfort of my hip pressing into the cold stone of the tower floor. The Fade contains spirits both benevolent and malicious. The benevolent spirits seldom make themselves known, because they want nothing from mortals, unlike the demons. It was one of these spirits that saved me. Without it, I would be dead. And it has not left me. It is with me even now, bonded to me. You see, I am supposed to be dead. It is the spirit that is keeping me in this world. And this is not the way of things. Perhaps the spirit did not expect this, but it is weakening gradually. I am living on borrowed time. Yes, that we will.
Okay, so with that information, it is interesting, because on principle, she is... I forget if the term's an abomination or maleficarum. It's whenever a demon possesses a person. Which I thinking back to it now, I think we did have a conversation about it, like what makes an abomination. Because she was concerned. Hold on, can we actually get to that dialogue?
Have you heard much about the Grey Wardens of old? It was said that watching the Wardens ride in on their white griffins was enough to rouse a weary heart and put the dance back in the step of an old man. The Grey Wardens were powerful, feared and respected, but they also inspired the common people. I remember a tale that was told to me many years ago. The Blight had ravaged the land for months, and the armies of the great kings had amassed for one last stand. As the sun burst through the clouds that boiled and churned in the dark sky above, it illuminated a vast, seething horde of darkspawn, with the archdemon at its head. And it was then, when courage seemed to fail, and all lost to death and despair, that the Grey Wardens came. They arrived with the beating of wings like mighty war drums, and stood before the armies of men. The Grey Wardens, grim and fearless, marched forth, ever between the men and the encroaching darkspawn. They formed a shield of their own bodies and held that line until the archdemon was dead, and the last darkspawn lay trampled in the dirt. And then, demanding neither reward nor recognition for their sacrifice, the Grey Wardens departed. When the clouds finally rolled back, and the sun shone full upon the blighted ground, the great kings knew that they had lost no men, and none of their blood had been spilled. This is a tale about no battle the Grey Wardens have fought, and yet about them all. They have always defended us from the Darkspawn, taking losses so we do not have to. People may have forgotten over the centuries, but nothing has changed. This knowledge has been blessing and burden to Grey Wardens past, and now it shall be your blessing and your burden.
Okay, I don't know how to get back to that dialogue, but we had a conversation with her a while ago, where she was like, we were discussing like the nature of an abomination, and whether or not someone could be like saved, or like what's the defining qualities. And I assumed it was just mages talking shop, but I didn't think that maybe she considered herself an abomination, and she was like looking for the distinction between that and something else, because she asked like, what if there's a demon or a spirit of some kind inside the body of a mage, but the mage still retains their humanity, and we decide, well, then they're not an abomination, because what defines that is the loss of their humanity. But I never thought that she might have been talking about herself, because the process is the same. She has a Fade entity bound and living inside of her, which is the same thing demons do, only demons take over, whereas this Fade spirit seems to have, at least as far as we can tell, preserved, like, when still in control, so... that's interesting. Let's go... I think we're ready to go kill Plymouth. Start making our way down south, then. I'm sorry, what was that? When disorients nearby enemies with release of energy, restoring some health and mana, and earning bonuses to spell power mana region. However, once she deactivates the ability, she is stunned and suffers penalties to movement, attack, and defense. Huh. Okay. Okay, so what all does that do for you again? Restoring everybody with the release of energy, restoring some health and mana, and earning bonuses to spell power and mana region. When she deactivates the ability, she is stunned and suffers penalty to movement, attack, and defense. Okay, so 300-second cooldown. It doesn't have a timer. At least it doesn't. It didn't say that it does, so I assume it just drops whenever she leaves combat and she's stunned. I don't know if it'll drop in between contact. That'd be a little annoying, but that's a pretty powerful ability.
That was interesting and draining. I called forth the spirit that sustains me so that it could lend us aid. I did not realize it would take this much out of me. It seemed a good idea at the time, if a little rash. I think it may have weakened the spirit a little. Anyway, I feel quite all right now, and it seems that my little trick could be useful in a pinch. I promise I'll be careful. And thank you. Your concern is touching.
Okay, so we're gonna save.
And so you return. Lovely Morrigan has at last found someone willing to dance to her tune. Such enchanting music she plays, wouldn't you say? Which one, I wonder? What has Morrigan told you? What little plan has she hatched this time? That she does. The question is, do you? Ah, but it is an old, old story. One that Flemeth has heard before, and even told. Let us skip right to the ending, shall we? Do you slay the old wretch as Morrigan bids, or does the tale take a different turn?
This very much implies that she's been here before, specifically with Morrigan. Okay, I don't know what's happening here. I don't know the full story. I thought I did. I don't. Okay. Of course she knows more than I do.
Choice. There is power in choices, as there is in lies. I shall give you one of each. Morrigan wishes my grimoire? Take it as a trophy. Tell her I am slain. I go. Perhaps I surprise Morrigan one day. Or I may simply watch. It would be interesting to see what she does with her freedom. Enlightening, even. Would you give an old woman that? We believe what we want to believe. It's all we ever do. Shame. What will it be, then? It is a dance poor Flemeth knows well. Let us see if she remembers the steps. Come, she will earn what she takes. I'd have it no other way.
Shell, you're still set the tank mode, right? Yeah. She's so powerful she crashed the game. Alright, give me a second, guys. Okay, let's try this again. We're doing better this time. And he's down. we can get Wind to get him up. Ocean. Where's your raise? There's your raise.
I am on. It is begun.
Did she not raise him? We're actually taking her out, so that's good. Did we do it? Holy shit, we did it! Aha! Alistair, get up, you're under a dragon.
I shall do it.
Alright, thank you, Shale. Very helpful. Let's get your level up handled. Okay. So, even though the body is dead here, I don't believe... I think Flemeth is of the power that she is able to go incorporeal and then reform later. Being that she knows how to transfer her soul and whatnot. So it might take her some time to get back up. But she seems like a pretty key character, so I don't think that they just let us kill her off that easily. Among other things. Okay, so let's see if we can find this book.
Very well.
Rose of Possession. Anything else in here? No. Okay, so let's head back and hand this to her. Because we couldn't bring Morrigan with us because she's worried that Flemeth would be powerful enough to just possess her right then, and that's not a...
I shall do it.
As much as I would have liked to have Morrigan here as a party member and a damager, that's not something I'm exactly willing to risk. I don't know, if Flemin's as old and ancient as she is, I very highly doubt this is the last we've heard of her.
I await your command.
Hell, for all I know that her soul is actually bound to the grimoire, and anyone who reads it gets possessed by her. I don't know. But she wanted the book, we'll give her the book. That way to have to gift her the book.
Mother's real grimoire, is it? I am glad you were able to find it after all. My thanks for retrieving it. I shall begin studying it immediately and unlock the power that it holds.
She didn't ask if we actually killed Flemeth.
I await your command. So, full of questions, are you? Now I have enough time to study Mother's grimoire to find a way to prevent her from stealing my body in the future. For she will be back. One day, I have no doubt of that. And if I cannot protect myself, one day I will track her down again in whatever body she inhabits, and she will die again and again if need be. But there is no need to think of such things now. I have you to thank for saving me, so let us return to the task of dealing with the Darkspawn, no? Too much could happen in days to come to make such promises. Yet I am grateful. Let us go. There is much to be done before... There is still much to be done.
Before what? Morrigan? Okay, well. I think that's we're gonna call it a short episode today. What should our next step be? was we've been pretty much everywhere. We could... I think the only place left to go is Dinnerum. We could head back to the Brazilian forest and deal with the revenants and the crazy old man. I don't know if I have enough time to record that today, though. I've got other things I got going on. We will figure that out later. It might be start out as a another side quest, side objective, extra thing for the next episode, and then we'll head into Dinnerum and see where that story takes us, and hope with that the city doesn't crash all around us, because it has a history of doing that. But anyways, my name has been Tocho. Remember to leave a like if you like, subscribe if you want to see more, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye-bye!